Stop everything you're doing and listen. February 4 is coming, and for just 60 seconds, you can make every harmful spell, every bad energy, completely powerless against you. I know it sounds crazy, but if you do this one simple thing at the right moment, it actually works. People are seeing real results, and it's happening faster than you think. Here's the truth. Most people wait for luck, for fate, for someone else to protect them. But you're about to take control. For 1 minute, you can create a shield that makes negative energy bounce off you like water off a duck's back. And no, you don't need candles, crystals, or even to believe in magic fully. You just need to act at the right second. The urgency of timing is one of the most powerful psychological triggers you can use in a speech like this. Humans are wired to respond to limited time opportunities. When you tell someone that February 4th is the critical moment to act, it instantly transforms a casual suggestion into a pressing matter. It's no longer something they can think about later or put off indefinitely. By emphasizing a specific date, you create a boundary around the action, giving it weight and significance. People naturally feel that if they miss this window, they lose access to the benefit entirely. This plays directly into the fear of missing out, or FOMO, which is incredibly motivating. The audience is no longer just listening. They're mentally counting down, imagining the consequences of inaction, and positioning themselves to act immediately. Beyond FOMO, the urgency of timing taps into a deeper sense of control. It frames the moment as almost magical, not in a fantastical way, but in a way that suggests that timing itself is part of the power. February 4th is not just any day, it's presented as the day when actions have heightened effect, making the listener feel like they're stepping into a rare opportunity that few others will notice or utilize. That rare alignment, that once-in-a-year moment, elevates the listener from being passive to being an active participant in something significant. It subtly communicates that this isn't random. It's a precise, calculated chance to regain control over negative forces in their life. This urgency also makes the 60-second action feel incredibly accessible. Paradoxically, the short window of time doesn't make it seem rushed. It makes it seem precise and potent. By combining a strict date with a brief action, the listener perceives that they can achieve powerful results without a long, drawn-out ritual. The specificity of February 4th contrasts with vague advice that could be applied any day, making this action feel extraordinary, rare, and highly effective. This sense of immediacy engages both the rational mind, which sees the method as doable, and the emotional mind, which fears the cost of missing out. Finally, emphasizing urgency builds momentum in the speech. It creates a natural tension that makes the listener lean forward, pay attention, and emotionally invest in what comes next. When someone feels time slipping away, their brain shifts from passive reception to active anticipation, primed for action. In essence, the urgency of timing doesn't just motivate, it transforms the listener from a casual observer into a participant ready to experience the effect firsthand, setting the stage for every other element of the speech to land with impact. The second keynote, emphasizing the short duration impact, is crucial because it makes the action feel achievable and non-intimidating. When you tell someone that it only takes 60 seconds, it immediately removes barriers to engagement. People are naturally resistant to anything that seems complicated, time-consuming, or overwhelming, and a long, elaborate ritual can trigger procrastination or doubt. By contrast, a 60-second action feels manageable for anyone, even someone with a busy schedule or little experience. It gives the impression that profound results don't require hours of effort, just a single intentional minute. This brevity also creates a sense of efficiency, making the listener feel smart and strategic for committing such a small amount of time to a potentially life-changing effect. The short duration also amplifies curiosity. A listener thinks, how can something so simple and quick possibly work? That intrigue encourages engagement because people want to uncover the secret behind such a brief, potent action. It makes the moment feel almost magical, as if the universe has distilled a powerful effect into a tiny window that anyone can access. This simplicity fosters confidence. When an action is short, the audience is more likely to follow through, and the sense of accomplishment reinforces their belief in the method's effectiveness. Additionally, highlighting that it only takes 60 seconds subtly conveys that the impact is immediate. The mind links brevity with efficiency, expecting results to manifest quickly. This perception of speed adds emotional weight to the promise, making the audience more invested and eager to act. In essence, focusing on the short duration transforms the task from intimidating to irresistible, bridging skepticism and action while making the listener feel capable, empowered, and ready to experience the effect for themselves. The third keynote, focusing on the protection theme, is central to creating emotional resonance in the speech. Humans have a deep-seated desire to feel safe and secure, both physically and energetically, and framing the action as a form of protection taps directly into that instinct. When the audience is told that performing this simple act on February 4th can shield them from harmful forces, it immediately elevates the importance of the action. It's no longer just a curiosity or experiment. It becomes a personal defense mechanism, a way to regain control over elements in their life that feel unpredictable or threatening. This sense of security is deeply motivating because it promises relief from stress, anxiety, and the feeling of being vulnerable. The protection angle also creates a personal connection. The listener begins to imagine themselves in scenarios where negativity, ill intentions, or witchcraft could be affecting them, and the act becomes a tool to neutralize that threat. It frames the audience as active participants rather than passive victims, empowering them to take tangible steps towards safeguarding their energy and environment. By presenting the action as a shield, the speech taps into the universal desire for safety, while also implying that neglecting it carries consequences. This contrast between vulnerability and empowerment heightens engagement and drives the audience to commit. Moreover, protection feels tangible even if the forces being blocked are invisible or abstract. When something is framed as a protective measure, the mind automatically visualizes boundaries, shields, or barriers, which makes the effect seem real and attainable. This psychological visualization reinforces belief and makes the audience more likely to act because they can see themselves protected. The protection theme, therefore, doesn't just promise results. It gives the listener a sense of agency and control, transforming an abstract idea into a personally meaningful, emotionally compelling reason to act. The fourth keynote, emphasizing immediate effect, is critical because it appeals directly to the human desire for quick results. People are naturally drawn to actions that produce visible or felt outcomes almost instantly, and framing the 60-second ritual as something that works right away makes it far more compelling. When the audience is told that performing this simple act on February 4th can neutralize negative energy or harmful influences immediately, it transforms the action from a vague concept into a tangible, urgent opportunity. The promise of fast results reduces hesitation because the listener perceives the benefit as both real and accessible without prolonged effort or waiting. Immediate effect also reinforces belief. When people think an action works quickly, their mind begins to anticipate change, creating a psychological pre-experience of the results. This anticipation enhances focus, heightens engagement, and strengthens the perceived power of the action. It also contrasts sharply with other methods or advice that promise vague, long-term results, which often feel distant, uncertain, or unattainable. By presenting a quick, decisive outcome, the speech positions this method as superior, straightforward, and worth trying. Additionally, emphasizing speed increases emotional intensity. The audience imagines feeling lighter, freer, or protected right after completing the act. This emotional visualization makes the experience more compelling because the mind treats imagined or anticipated emotions almost as strongly as real ones. The promise of immediate effect also reduces excuses. When the reward is instant, people are more likely to act rather than procrastinate because the payoff is no longer abstract. It's immediate and attainable. In essence, highlighting quick results bridges curiosity and action, transforms skepticism into belief, and makes the audience feel that in just 60 seconds they can regain control, neutralize negativity, and experience a powerful, real change in their energy. Before I show you exactly what to do, pause this video, grab a pen, and promise yourself that you'll actually do this on February 4th. Commit, because commitment is where the real power begins. The fifth keynote, the skeptic to believer arc, is one of the most psychologically powerful elements of this speech because it speaks directly to the natural doubts most people have about extraordinary claims. Humans are inherently skeptical when confronted with something that seems outside the realm of normal experience, whether it's a ritual, a spiritual practice, or a method that promises to stop harmful forces in their life. If you ignore this skepticism, you risk losing the audience entirely. By acknowledging doubt up front and guiding the listener through a process that transforms skepticism into belief, the speech creates a compelling emotional journey. This arc is effective because it mirrors the audience's internal dialogue. Part of them doubts it, but another part is curious and hopes it might work. By structuring the message in a way that validates that skepticism and then shows them a small, actionable step they can take to see results for themselves, you meet the listener where they are mentally, making the eventual buy-in feel earned rather than forced. This transformation from skeptic to believer also engages the audience on a deeper level. Skepticism alone creates mental distance. It keeps the listener observing passively, unconvinced, and disengaged. But if you frame the action as an experiment they can try with clear instructions and a quick, visible effect, you allow them to move from doubt to direct experience. The journey itself becomes part of the allure. People are naturally drawn to proving themselves right, to experiencing outcomes they couldn't have anticipated. When the speech emphasizes that the results are real and accessible, it encourages the audience to test the claim for themselves. This experiential approach not only builds credibility, but also fosters personal empowerment. They aren't just being told to believe, they are actively participating in the process of discovery. The skeptic to believer arc also plays into social proof and subtle psychological reinforcement. Even if the audience starts out doubtful, imagining that others have tried this method and seen results creates a sense of plausibility. It leverages the natural tendency to conform to evidence and shared experience. Finally, this arc makes the overall message more memorable. Transformative experiences, even small ones, stick in the mind far more than abstract instructions. By taking the listener on a journey from skepticism to belief, the speech ensures that the audience not only understands the method, but emotionally invests in it, making them far more likely to take action, feel the protective effect, and share the experience with others. The sixth keynote, ritual simplicity, is crucial because it removes barriers that often prevent people from taking action. Many individuals hesitate when a process seems complicated, requiring special tools, extensive preparation, or advanced knowledge. By emphasizing that the action is simple, the audience immediately perceives it as accessible, practical, and doable. They don't need prior experience, expensive materials, or a deep understanding of mystical practices. All that's required is their attention and willingness to act. This accessibility makes the ritual feel less intimidating and more inviting, which increases the likelihood of follow-through. Simplicity also strengthens the perception of power. When an action is easy yet effective, it feels almost magical in its efficiency. People are drawn to methods that deliver results without unnecessary complexity because the contrast between effort and reward creates a sense of wonder. A brief, straightforward ritual that promises significant outcomes allows the audience to imagine the transformation as almost effortless, which fuels curiosity and engagement. It shifts the listener's mindset from doubt to intrigue, reinforcing the idea that extraordinary effects can come from minimal, intentional effort. Additionally, simplicity helps the audience focus on the emotional and psychological aspects of the experience rather than getting lost in steps or rules. The act becomes less about following a rigid formula and more about connecting with the intention behind it. This focus strengthens a sense of personal empowerment as the listener feels capable of performing the ritual themselves. It also encourages immediate participation, as the mind interprets simplicity as low risk and achievable, reducing excuses or procrastination. By presenting the ritual as straightforward, the speech ensures that the audience feels confident, motivated, and prepared to act, turning curiosity into tangible participation and creating a clear pathway to experiencing the protective effect firsthand. The seventh keynote, the mystery factor, is essential because it naturally draws attention and piques curiosity. Humans are inherently fascinated by the unknown, and when an action or method is presented with a hint of secrecy, it becomes far more compelling. By keeping the details of the ritual slightly mysterious at first, the audience feels an urge to learn more, to uncover the hidden knowledge that promises powerful results. This subtle withholding of information creates tension and engagement as the mind seeks resolution. It wants to understand what makes this 60-second action so effective and why February 4 holds unique significance. Mystery also enhances perceived value. When something is shrouded in intrigue, it feels rare and exclusive, like the audience is being let in on a secret few others know. This sense of exclusivity increases the desire to participate because people naturally want to access what feels special or hidden. The unknown element transforms the ritual from a mundane instruction into an experience that carries significance and anticipation. Additionally, the mystery factor amplifies emotional investment. As the audience imagines the potential outcomes and wonders about the method, their mind becomes actively involved in the story. This mental engagement strengthens attention, making them more likely to absorb the instructions fully and follow through. The suspense also primes the audience to feel a stronger sense of satisfaction and empowerment when they finally perform the ritual, as if they've unlocked something unique and potent. By leveraging mystery, the speech creates a natural pull, compelling the listener to act while also stimulating curiosity, imagination, and desire. It transforms a simple 60-second action into a captivating, emotionally charged moment where the audience feels both intrigued and empowered to discover its effect for themselves. The eighth keynote, empowerment tone, is crucial because it positions the audience as active agents in their own lives rather than passive observers. When the speech emphasizes that performing this 60-second action allows them to take control of negative energy or harmful influences, it taps into a deep human desire for agency and self-efficacy. People are naturally drawn to experiences where they feel capable of influencing outcomes, and framing the ritual as a way to reclaim power creates both motivation and emotional resonance. The listener begins to see themselves not as a victim of circumstances, but as someone who can actively protect and shape their own life. An empowerment tone also strengthens engagement because it inspires confidence. When the audience feels that the ritual is something they can perform successfully and that it will have a real effect, they are more likely to commit and follow through. This feeling of capability enhances the perceived value of the action, making it seem transformative rather than trivial. It shifts the focus from fear of harm to excitement about the ability to assert control, which is far more motivating. Additionally, empowerment fosters a sense of personal connection to the ritual. The action is no longer an abstract or external solution. It becomes a tool the audience can wield themselves. This connection makes the experience feel meaningful and significant, as though they are participating in something that directly impacts their life and energy. By highlighting empowerment, the speech ensures that the audience feels confident, capable, and motivated to act, framing the ritual as an opportunity to actively influence their reality and reclaim control over forces that might otherwise feel threatening. So here's the truth. February 4th is your moment. For just 60 seconds, you have the power to create a shield that protects you, to neutralize negativity, and to reclaim control over your energy. It's simple, it's fast, and it works even if you start skeptical. By acting in that one precise minute, you step into a space of empowerment, curiosity, and personal strength. You don't need tools, rituals, or prior experience, just your intention and willingness to act. Imagine how it will feel to face the day knowing that harmful forces have no hold over you, to feel confident, safe, and in command of your life. That's the promise of this moment, and it's yours if you choose to take it. Don't wait, don't doubt. When February 4th arrives, claim your 60 seconds and watch the world respond to your power.